What if a single incident at sea could push two powerful nations closer to open conflict? A commercial ship, sudden firing, drone in the sky, and rising tension in one of the world's most sensitive waterways. This is not just another headline. It is a developing story that demands our attention today.
Welcome back. Today we're taking a deeper look at a developing situation between Iran and the United States. Both sides are making serious, credible claims. The stakes are getting higher with every passing moment. Iranian military officials say a commercial vessel traveling from China to Iran came under fire in international waters.
Iran claims that this was not a military ship, not a threat, but a normal trade vessel carrying goods. Despite that, they say it was targeted by U.S. forces.
Iran's Joint Military Command strongly reacted to this, calling it a clear violation of a ceasefire and labeling the action as armed piracy. This is a strong accusation because in international terms, calling something piracy means declaring it illegal and unjustified at the highest level. From Iran's perspective, this was not an accident, not a misunderstanding, but a calculated move. Officials made it clear that such actions would not go unanswered.
Soon after, Iran signaled its response. Military sources claimed that drones were deployed in the region and that several U.S. military vessels were targeted. While the full details of damage or impact remain unclear, the message from Iran was direct. They are ready to respond and defend their position. This also highlights how modern conflicts are changing. Instead of immediate large-scale warfare, countries are now relying on advanced technology like drones. These allow quick responses, controlled strikes, and strong messaging without instantly triggering a full-scale war. But the United States presents a completely different version of events. According to statements by Donald Trump, the U.S. Navy did not attack an innocent commercial vessel. Instead, he claims that the ship was violating U.S. sanctions and attempting to pass through a restricted zone. He explained that the vessel was intercepted in the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most strategically important waterways in the world. A U.S. guided missile destroyer reportedly stopped the ship by damaging its engine, forcing it to halt. After that, U.S. Marines took control of the vessel. From the American point of view, this was not aggression. It was enforcement. Enforcement of sanctions, enforcement of maritime security, and a step to prevent illegal movement through a sensitive region. Now we are left with two completely different narratives. One side says this was an illegal attack on a commercial ship and a violation of peace agreements. The other side says it was a justified action against a vessel breaking international restrictions. So where does the truth lie? That is still unclear. To fully understand the seriousness of this situation, we need to look at the location. The Strait of Hormuz and the Gulf of Oman are not just ordinary waters. They are among the most critical routes for global trade, especially oil. A significant portion of the world's oil supply passes through this narrow stretch every single day. Any disruption here can immediately impact global markets. Oil prices can rise within hours. Shipping companies may reroute vessels. Insurance costs can increase. And ultimately, ordinary people around the world may feel the impact through higher fuel and transportation costs. This is why even a single confrontation in this region is treated as a major global concern. Now let's talk about what could happen next. There are several possible scenarios, and each one carries its own risks. The first possibility is de-escalation. Both countries may choose to step back, reduce tension, and avoid further conflict through diplomatic channels. The second possibility is controlled escalation. This means small-scale actions continue, drone activity, naval interceptions, warnings, but both sides avoid crossing a line that would trigger a full war. The third and most dangerous possibility is major escalation. If one side takes a stronger action or miscalculates the situation, it could lead to a direct military confrontation. And once that begins, controlling it becomes extremely difficult. At the moment, it appears that both sides are walking a very thin line. They are showing strength, sending messages, but also trying not to push the situation too far. However, in such tense environments, even a small mistake can lead to big consequences. Another important factor is global reaction. Other countries are closely watching this situation. Any instability in this region affects not just Iran or the United States, but the entire international community. Global powers may step in diplomatically. International organizations may call for restraint. Markets may react even before any further action takes place. So this situation is not isolated. It is connected to a much larger global picture. At the end of the day, this is not just about one ship or one incident. It's about influence, control, and power in a region that holds massive importance for the world economy. One side calls it piracy, the other calls it enforcement. Both are standing firm on their positions. The reality is still unclear, but the tension is real, and the world is watching closely. The coming days will be very important. Any new development could either calm the situation or push it further toward conflict. So the question remains, is this just a temporary clash or the beginning of something much bigger? Let me know your thoughts.